Hi, my name is Sparkle, and this is another episode of Question of the Day. Girl, today's question is: at what age can a child be diagnosed with autism? So it's always been my understanding that a child can be diagnosed with autism as early as 18 months. So that's a little after 1 year old. Not 1 year is y'all ghetto. I've heard situations where children were diagnosed even earlier than 18 months. But I think it is important to keep in mind that every child grows and develops differently, right? And just because a child is delayed or they're not meeting certain milestones at a particular age, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are autistic. It could just be that they are delayed and may need, a bit of support. And so, in regards to my children, DJ, he was diagnosed with autism and a developmental language disorder at 3 years old. And my daughter Salem was diagnosed with autism at three. Wait, how old is she? She was two, about to be three. Wow. She was two and some change though, because her birthday is in May and she was diagnosed with autism in January. And in my mind, I can see a person, I can see a child being diagnosed with autism younger than 18 months if the signs that they are displaying are severe, right? But also when you're a baby, when you have a child and the child is 2, 3, 5, 6, 8 months old, 1 year old, it's hard to tell sometimes because the child is still so young. But I say all the time, if you are concerned, please make sure that you get your child evaluated, right? First of all, that's the number one step to getting your child the support that they need. But it also gives the parent that confirmation, right? Because again, it's not always autism. It could be something, different. It could just be a delay. I ain't an expert, so don't be coming for me. I ain't an expert. I just be reading, and I'll be on Google, and I'll be watching videos and stuff, and I'll be, learning from my own experience. You know what I'm saying? Having two kids on the spectrum, I learned a little thing or two or three or four. You feel me? I wonder, I would love to hear from the parents whose children were diagnosed before one. Because in my mind the baby's still crawling. They ain't got no teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, so that's interesting.